So good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Business Spotlight. Today, my guest is Jane McAleese from Finria Financial. Jane, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
As it happens, guys, you wouldn't know this, but it's lashing rain outside, but we're still in good form here. We're living the dream. So, Jane, tell all of our audience here, what do you do and how long have you been doing it?
So, Finria Financial is actually recently new. I set this up in 2022. Nearly a year ago, it's November 2022. But I was in business with a previous business partner before then, also in the same industry. We set that up in 2011. So the business is financial planning. So it's a consultancy business. We're advisors to personal clients. And really, the basis of it is to help people understand and manage their finances and to try and empower them to get engaged with it. You very often find that money leads the life, whereas we want to try and get our clients that their life is leading or more aligned with the money.
I like that.
We obviously bring in, it's great. And you get very close to the clients. It's a great business. I love it.
So it's not just kind of offering them bits and pieces, it's really getting to understand and getting to know your client as well.
That's the big thing, Tom. It's lifelong financial planning. So we go out in years to age 90, age 100. And genuinely, that's the relationship we have with our clients. So like we're dealing with the parents, children, the grandchildren, we go the whole way through. So we know our clients inside out, and it's very interesting when you have the meetings with the partners or the spouses, the conversations open up that they may not necessarily have at home, but when we're asking and sitting in front of them and asking the questions, you can get some interesting conversations going.
And tell me, as a matter of it, is we're all talked to death about COVID, but COVID came along and everything else, and people's habits changed, the way they interacted with each other changed. So presumably you do a lot of face-to-face with people, but would you also be able to do an awful lot of what we're doing here, but online?
That's changed. That's changed the business. For a very big way. Like we're in a small office on the north side of Dublin. It's very niche. It's in a lovely community, but not everybody can get to us. So COVID has overnight. Like I never used Teams or Zoom. God, I'm not looking at me with my headset. Like I'm like Beyonce up here. It's it's made a huge difference. And you still like to meet them at least once face to face, particularly for new clients, but the video calls are fantastic. Yeah.
And you can still get it very through, like, as you know, we do all our work through Zoom as well with our clients as well, because we can't film the Galway and Cork and Midlands all over the same day and stuff like that. So it's a great thing, but it does need to be worked in a particular way. You got to really make sure you got a good relationship with your clients.
Yeah, but it also reduces the cost. Like we're fee based, so we try and get clients to come to here. But if we have to go and travel to meet them, anywhere is at least an hour away, if not two. That's adding it on.
Absolutely.
So it's in their benefit that we just jump on a video call.
Excellent. So tell me, you've been in business now only a year, but it's your second time back at the wheel, as the man say. So if you were to start again, which you only recently have, would you look back again and say, well, did you change much then the second time when you restarted?
Oh my God, I did. Well, the first time I kind of, maybe like a lot of business owners, I kind of fell into it. I just thought myself and my business partner were working in a bank, in the private banking side. Fortuitously, they closed the bank, the wealth division of it. And I just didn't want to go work for somebody else. And to do financial planning properly, you can't really be restricted. And the larger institutions, they have their own mandates, so that's quite restrictive. So just thought, let's go and work for myself. Now, I had done it in a previous life working with horses. So I was kind of used to being self-employed. Okay. But self-employed and running a business are very different. So the first time I fell into it, last year, I had to exit a business. So that was an interesting episode. But I was very clear then in what I needed to do. I'm sure if I look back in 2 years, I'll still probably go, I could have done a few different things. But overall, I had good people around me. And it was a different mindset. I was younger doing the first one. So, the first one was all about getting my name out, getting new clients in, all about me and the business, whereas this one really is to try and get everybody else in the team, not me. So that when people think of Finria, they're not thinking of Jane all the time, because I'm not going to be here forever. Yeah. So that's always at the back of my mind, to make sure the business isn't all about me.
Very good. And so, obviously, we all work at whatever we work at, etc. How do you manage work-life balance? Are you very conscious of keeping your work-life balance these days?
I am, and thankfully I have a dog, and whether I want to break for a walk or not, I have no choice. So yeah, I think, and it's funny because the days that I work in the office without the dog, I don't have the breaks, and I just I'm exhausted at the end of the day. And the days that I'm working from home with the dog, I'm much more proactive, and I know it's connected to the fact that I have to have breaks. And it's funny, Tom, as well, like our job is quite creative, and when we're in front of clients, we've got to be on top of our game. It's a really important meeting for them. So you have to have breaks in between the day to make sure you're fresh.
Couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with
Yeah,
you more.
I'm not sure if that's answering what you mean by looking after myself,
well,
though. I'm sure there's
looking
other
after,
ways.
but getting that
yeah.
work-life balance, because I mean, certainly in the old days, I used to work 12, 14-hour days and think, I was very proud of it.
Yeah, I know.
Until I learned that, I wasn't really working very smartly.
Yeah.
And here I am now coaching people not to do what I did.
What you did. I love that. Yeah. Now, I'd still work weekends, but then I would always, if I'm working a weekend, I'd always make sure, well, this means I'm taking a few hours off on Monday or whatever, as much as possible. Sometimes it's not possible.
So far in the two businesses that you've been into so far, and in basically your work life, what's been the biggest learning that you learned about being a business owner? Or indeed the business challenge?
Yeah, I think the biggest learning is that, like, I'm very good at financial planning. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm very good at running a business. Like, they're completely, and that's the difference, I think, with the first time to second one. I didn't realize I had to be good at running a business. Like, what's that about? And there's so much to it. I'm learning that now, and I'm starting to, and I know it's work on the business, not in the business. I know all that kind of stuff, but that's the difference, and that's the challenge, because it can still be, I can still get sucked into just doing the client stuff. Whereas I'm now trying to get more focused on making sure there are procedures in place that somebody else can do the client stuff, making sure there's training, making sure there's a lot more focus on the team now to make sure that they can manage the business without me. I'm trying to make myself redundant, actually, if I think about it.
That's music to my ears, because that's exactly what we would coach people to do. And you mentioned the word, they were a team there, because a lot of people in the olden days, I had people working for me, yes, and did you really care about them? Yeah, not really. And like that's, most people didn't care. Whereas that's changed now. Culture is so important within a business. How do you go about, what sort of qualities do you look now if you're hiring to expand your team? What would be the top quality or two that you'd look for?
So even just coming in on the team being important, that's probably the biggest thing, and particularly from working in a big institution where really a team was probably just a number. It's to me, it's more important than the clients. The clients come second, but the team is first. So the qualities that I would look for, first, it needs to be professional and ethical, particularly in the line of work we're in. The client has to come first in terms of advice. Not income, not business, not quick deal, none of that. Being able to think for yourself, to take account of what you're doing, and to have a sense of humor.
I like that sense of humor. Always works.
Yeah. Funny, we named our business after a wolf, and the reason for it is the ethos behind the wolf pack and the synergies of working together. So we have a wolf around the place. You can't actually see it here now, but we normally have a wolf behind us.
Yeah, nothing to do with the Wolf of Wall Street, nothing like that.
No, nor keeping the wolf from the door or any of those things. No. But it's interesting with the wolf pack, you need each member of the pack to be working. Even if it's the alpha down to the omega, they all have to work for the health of the pack. Correct. So that's what we think of the team, and that's what financial planning is. It's it's healthy as all the components in it.
So it's all about the team, and I think that is so true. Yeah. One last question or two that I can ask you then.
I'm enjoying this. Can we keep going?
Oh, of course you can. Well, we can do it again. But where do you see your industry going? And do you think it's going to change? Will AI change anything? Will new technologies change anything?
Yeah.
Will your ideal client base, do you think they'll be better served in the next 3 to 5 years than they were in the last?
I'm an optimist, so yeah, I do. Yeah, when we started, we were the first year of graduates of the financial planning program. It's a master's course. So a lot of clients didn't know what financial planning was, and they weren't used to paying a fee. And that was back in 2011. And I never have a conversation about that with clients now. I never have to explain it. So now maybe I get clients word of mouth, so maybe that's why. But it's a slow mass of numbers that keep graduating every year. So from that perspective, yes, I think it will change. AI I love it, but I don't use it to give advice. So I might use it to give me advice on something that I'm looking for, or to help me write a blog for LinkedIn or something like that. And it's brilliant. God, who wouldn't use it? And we've used it for silly things like we're doing a ladies' lunch. What do you suggest we do as a little gift? Now, rather than me wasting my brain cells thinking of that, it gave me around 10 options, so we picked one. Like, it's brilliant, but we can't use it to give advice.
Get that. So leveraging it is a good idea, but don't depend on it totally for everything. It's not going to do everything.
Yeah.
So Jane, listen, we've taken enough time with you today. Thank you so much for partaking in this. I hope everybody, and this is getting some value out of it. If anyone wanted to have a conversation with Jane McAleese, how would they best get in touch with you? And can you also give them your website, please?
Okay, well, that's the two ways of getting me is through the website, probably. The website is fenriafinancial.com. And my email address is on that, or else just contact hello@fenriafinancial.com. I think there's a hyphen there, fenriaf-financial.com.
I'll just look that up there, just Fenrir Financial, Fenrir-financial.com. That's FENRIR.
It is.
Financial, just so everybody knows that.
Yes, it's a
Jane,
funny
a pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a great day. We shall talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Tom. Take care.